see what's in that art field. This is part of artistic expression. Because when you're an artist, you come from high resonance on your mitochondria. That means your mother infused a lot of unconditional love in you when she was developing you. And now you're so strong and you gotta artistically express it. You find yourself becoming what they call a prodigy child. Right? Master of the violin at 3. Sammy Davis Jr. was tap dancing whole shows at fucking 5. Shirley Temple. Right? We forget about them because the black and white footage seems like it's not like we don't know how long it took. They kids used to do that shit. And they used to master it at a rapid rate because they had mothers who infused high mitochondrial energy in them. Right? And that's why the nation can rise higher than women because mothers that love children cause their mitochondria to overflow. That's how you make earth angels. Right? And it also affects the physiological appearance of the child. We've been through that. We called it marketing the child. The mother can redesign the child from what the genetics say to what she wants to be by marketing.
Right, go ahead.
And we all go back to this and that energy. Qigong is similar to Tai Chi. It's just a different discipline.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was gonna ask you this, Rod, because I saw these parents making them develop their superpowers, like reading blindfolded, and some people get forced to use those, like Ray Charles, so he had to develop his ears, other senses more than his seeing senses, and it pretty much gave him a superpower. He can touch a chick and know what she looked like. He can hear something, walk down the hallway, hear shoes hit the ground, the echo using that's a higher frequency because echo location that's what the whales use, and they use sound to how to see. You know what I'm saying?
You remember that boy that used to ride the bike with echolocation? He was blind.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. So this go back to the first part. This was why the nation's drilling practices become so important because the level of discipline required to develop higher senses while your other senses are functional is 10 times greater than your average person's natural self-discipline. You need the external training that you force yourself to discipline to that develops your willpower strong enough in order for you to learn how to master higher disciplines and activate your higher senses. You can't get into magic without learning that. And this is what the last dragon was about. Right. Now remember, he ain't never know he was the master until that woman told him.
That's right.
Everybody else told him it didn't really stick.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Because on Earth, you can't be the master unless that woman say he the master and present you to other women to see if you really the master.
Right.
Is you the nigga you say you represent yourself to be? Is you really the baddest motherfucker ever born?
Yeah.
And I look around, I don't see nobody better than me but me.
Bad boy, Brian.
Yeah. So he being bullied, the bully coming from the low chakra energy, war energy.
Right. That's right.
Right. Well, he coming from the golden heart. Expressed as the child became the golden master.
Okay.
Right. There's no way show could beat him if he realized who he is because show enough is just an expression of your lower passions that was brought about fear. So they're not really stronger than you, especially when you operate from love. That's how you crush your ego. But you don't really want to crush it. You want to purify it. Take all of the shit that the world told to hold it back out the way and put what you want there.
Yeah.
And then you use it to your advantage. Method acting. You become the person that you said you is. You said you Houdini, motherfucker. You can't escape shit.
Right.
Right. So the perception and the understanding is different from when it comes time to apply the discipline. Nobody want to do that. That's the hard part.
Telling you.
Right. To say, okay, these people that gave me 16 years, I'm gonna read everything they got.
That's right.
Why? I ain't got nothing but time and opportunity. And it ain't a whole lot I got in common with the dudes on the yard.
Right.
But I ain't no better than them. I'm just gonna use my time differently. Right.
Yep.
So read the whole library. Read the last book in the library to a different prison. Read a new library.
Right.
You know.
So Malcolm when he met that dude in prison, he started him reading with the dictionary first.
Yeah, that's sensationalized by Spike Lee. That's not what he said in the book.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll go with the real story. Let me hear it.
Oh, in the book, he wasn't in all that until his brother brought him the message of the messenger.
Okay, all right.
When his brother started telling him stuff, and then he started to investigate stuff his brother was telling him that made him change his views. Right, Malcolm began to understand from a higher perspective. Right, in the movie, he make like Malcolm got converted by a guy named Diddy in the joint.
Yeah.
That ain't true. At least not true to the book that he was supposed to be writing the story from. It was a guy in the joint that he was all of the master of the debate team. But nowhere in the book was this dude teaching him like that. That's an embellishment by Spike Lee.
Okay.
He had his own man, and he just questioned shit naturally. Right. So when he had the debate in the debate class, now he's in the debate class. He's learning the skills. Right. And that's how he ended up having the conversation with the clergy.
Okay, go ahead.
You know. But all this is coming to self-awareness. Right. Elijah Muhammad don't teach you nothing about how to trust in what you sense in your higher senses.
Okay.
He called him a radio head. Right. That's what Elijah radio head. Because you hear stuff coming in your head, and it's coming on the frequency. You gotta tune into it.
Go ahead.
You can tune in to all of them because they're just right there in the moon, projecting themselves onto the earth. Let's see if we're gonna figure it out. Holographic imagery. Right. We didn't been here before. Wasn't as bad, but it wasn't as fun either. See, you gotta keep in mind, if you always been on the top, you don't know what it feel like unless you get on the bottom.
That's right.
So you can't get on the bottom of the universe unless you agree to be there. Now they can make you agree by trickery. But if you fall for the bait, you fall for the trap. The trap is to trick you into trapping yourself in your own fears. That's why all great fields of knowledge is by a barrier of fear. Do you run into when you get there? Oh, don't study that, man. That's you mad. Right? They take that like Obama. They don't go down there with the Masons, man. They drive you crazy, man. They do that voodoo on you. They don't even know nothing about masonry.
Facts.
But they telling you all the advice of what to avoid, but these are the only ones making progress in your community.
Right. Get them, bro.
But you don't see that.
Get them, bro.
Right. So now we got us everybody making progress. Where that's going to leave us? Regressed. It's going to leave us atrophy at the back of the bus. Till we figure out that they've been running our whole life with the fear mechanics.
Go ahead.
Everything they do to reinforce their domination has been keeping us in the perpetual state of fear. Once you break past the fear, they can't control you no more. Only you can control you. And now you know how to be part of a collective, and you know how to move as an individual. You've mastered yourself.
I'm a local truck driver, and I live in Kansas. And I've been watching you for a while, you know, and you know, I love watching you and Young Elder. Y'all done crack my head and twist my cap so many damn times. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm on here. So like, I don't know, I just have like a little bit a question. I don't know, I'm gonna just say it. So I was adopted, right? And my mama people, they come from Detroit. And so, you know, when I seen you was up there in Michigan, I felt like an instant connection. And, you know, I was adopted and shit. And my grandma, she was into some crazy shit, you know. But me and my auntie, I found my biological family, and we watch you and shit. And, you know, we just love what you're saying. And, like, we're the only people in our family that's, like, you know, aware of anything. But, you know, my question to you is, you know, you talk about how, you know, our ancestors and our DNA and everything. And I feel like I have a dual kind of assignment because, you know, my adopted family is here in Kansas, you know, and they're, you know, Christian and all that stuff and whatnot. And, you know, I was the black sheep and, you know, I didn't really fit in with them or whatever. But, you know, my question is, from your perspective, how does being adopted, you know, and growing up in a different environment, you know, affect, I don't know, I guess, my assignment, because I've always been aware, you know, I remember I've hated church since I was 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? And like, it just sounded like some bullshit. It sounded like, man, them sound like the fairy tales that my, you know, they be reading to me and shit. Don't sound right. Like, what the fuck is that? And you know, I always, you know, my mom was really, I was adopted, like I said, my mom was white and my dad black, and my mom was a fucking emotionally, you know, she couldn't get past her own abuse, and so she was abusive to me, and I always just wished and hoped that I could like find my real mom. And so when I did find my biological family, my mom had passed away. She had died. And you know, that was really like devastating to me. I was just like, wow, really? So I got raised by this crazy white lady and shit. And so, you know, it was just, here, let me see if I don't know if you can see me. But you know, it's just been crazy. But yeah, adoption and how that affects, you know, I don't know, my assignment, or, you know, because I've been helping people. I give people, you know, all kind of shit, you know. I've been into, you know, metaphysics and voodoo and shit for at least 15 years. And people, they come to me and ask me shit, you know, and I give it to them. You know, I don't really know my like purpose or whatever, but yeah, I feel like being adopted has definitely affected, you know, whatever the hell it is I'm supposed to do.
Okay, so now let's analyze this for a minute. So you was adopted by an abusive adopted mother.
Yeah, she was married to my father. My father is black, and he's just kind of like one of them go along to get along ass Negroes. He just fucking, you know.
Okay. Let's look at the key points. Okay, so he was your biological dad.
No.
Okay. All right, I got you. So he's a pacifist male. She's a alpha female. And so what do you learn if you ever adopt a child or go into a relationship with somebody that got a child? You know from experience that if you don't protect this child's emotional well-being and mental well-being, that they will go through what you went through, and you would be the agent that rendered that to them.
Right.
It makes you not want to do that.
Right. My daughter is amazing. Like, my daughter graduates from high school next month, and she's an honor student. She's a triple Scorpio. She was born November 12th. And she's so fucking amazing and smart. She's an artist. Like, she blows my mind because, I mean, I appreciate the lessons from my mom of what not to do, because I didn't do it. I wasn't perfect, you know, because I was dealing with my own mental and emotional issues. But I could never think of you know, I remember giving birth to her. The day I gave birth to her, like, you know, I remember sitting in the church and people would get all, oh, you know, the Holy Ghost and shit, crying and jumping around over Jesus. And I never understood that shit. But I tell you what, when I gave birth to my daughter, that shit made me want to jump around and flip around and cry and say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I like, it was such a
Everything that you learn, right, from that you don't want to perpetuate, you don't know it. But that lady that was your stepmother, you breaking her generational curses for her by not repeating. She was trying, her bloodline is trying to escape the generational curse of parental or step-parent abuse.
Her dad was abusive. She was adopted and her dad was abusive and her mom was passive and sat there and let it happen. That's what.
Right. So it's just exactly the opposite. So you cleaning up families that ain't got nothing to do with you by biological, but circumstantially you put there to learn something, right? You learn how to treat children that's not biologically yours by knowing how people who have children that's not biologically theirs mistreat them.
Right.
So you being conditioned as one day a grand matriarch to be able to counsel women going into relationships where children already exist.
Wow. Okay.
Look, my adopted mama was mean as hell. You ruin the child if you don't protect their innocence.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you now are a candidate to teach that from experience. Your experience can teach you how to correct broken families now.
Wow.
So your mission is that as a priestess, you use it as a training program on how to teach people to be better to children that they don't have a biological connection to.
Right on. Right on. So my mother, my biological mother, after I found my biological family, I found that my grandmother was also a terrible mother to her. And so it's just like, you know, all this abuse of you know, of daughters, biological and adopted, you know, because my grandmother was the biological mother of my biological mother. And
now look at what happened.
To her. And
your mother don't, listen, your mama don't want to perpetuate the generational curse of an abusive parent. You become, by default, the sacrificial lamb to break that generational curse.
Wow, I felt that.
So she either had to surrender you up,
wow,
or she might not be having the emotional equipment to not be abusive.
I know. Damn, Chief.
So you end up breaking your adopted parents, a white lady and the black guy's generational curses. You end up breaking your grandmama and your mama's generational curses in a direct line, all by being sacrificed as an adopted child.
Wow.
So you be breaking generational curses to people that ain't even from your clan, but you still doing it out of the goodness of who you are. That's your book of life. You picked that because you wanted those curses broke all over the land.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, I have thought of some of the stuff that you're saying, and I'm just so grateful for the confirmation and everything that you do, Uncle Rod. God dang. Wow. You're great. And I just appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And, you know, like I said, my mama's people come from the D, and I've always, you know, had a connection with that energy up there. When I seen you, you know, I was just like, damn. And so my biological father is from Tallahassee, Florida. And so, you know, I've talked to him on the phone a few times, but I want to get down there and see him. But wow, thank you so very much.
This is the clue for you. In your family line, when you meet your dad, in Florida is the finish line. That's your life destination. So it's going to be on your terms when you make that trip. But just let you know, all of those curses broke when you make connection with your father. You break all those curses that you were sacrificing yourself to break.
Man, I can't thank you enough. Man, I don't even know what to say. Just thank you so much for everything you do.
Shoot, I'm even thanking you for breaking curses, because this make my job easier.
Oh man, you know, I've always been strange and weird, and I never fucking was able to get with the program of the society and none of that shit, man. It just didn't fit. History, everything. I was like, it sounds like some bullshit. and you came
This,
along.
this is why women like you gonna be needed to raise the matriarchy, because y'all have to teach us that y'all have to clean up the bullshit we've been being taught. Okay. Mother is the first teacher. Ain't no way around it.
My daughter is so amazing because of the lessons that and it was inadvertent. I didn't really know what was going on. I just knew that I couldn't do that to my child. And she's so amazing. Like when I go to parent-teacher conferences, they're like, "Oh man, your daughter's great." And like, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to give her what I didn't get. You know what I'm saying? And she is fucking.
She becomes the manifestation of the broken generational curses from all sides.
She is. Man, she's so fucking amazing, man. Oh my God. I look at her and I'm just amazed. Thank you so much, man. I don't even know what to say other than I can't believe I got out here with you, and I appreciate everything. Thank you for your confirmation, for your teaching, for your patience with people. You're everything, man. Thank you so much, Uncle Rod. I can hug you right now.
You're welcome, sweetie. Keep up the good work doing what you're doing, because you're following your path to the letter. You done broke enough generational curses. Now you got to go see your dad to get it all over with.
Right on. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Have a fucking amazing rest of your day. I can't believe I got on here with you, man. Hell yeah. Peace and love to everybody, man. Like, we gonna do this shit, man. And all praises to Rod and Chief Warhorse protecting.
No praises. I just be grateful and thankful. I don't need no praises. I ain't nobody God.
I feel you. Protect Rod and Chief Warhorse at all costs, for real. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, sweetie, I'm gonna take one more caller before I wrap it up.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.
All right, peace. That was a beautiful sister. She went through a lot, and she was able to use it to her daughter's greatest advantage. This is when you see the fruition of the works that the people that's from the land go through to clean up the generational curses of even visitor families to the land. We don't want that negative energy over here. And some of us suffer just so we can be able to get rid of the negative energy. That's why Mama say sometimes the good got to suffer with the bad. It ain't that the good was doing anything wrong, but the good have to fix the problem, because the bad just going to keep corrupting the system. And this is why only way that we going to get up from under the condition is by each one teach one. And that was a perfect example. Okay, so he didn't come in. I haven't been going to the questions in the question bar because I've been taking callers. Hey, sweetie.
Hi, Brother Rod.
How you doing?
Good. So I have a question, like, what type of energy are we in? Because I've been so emotional. And usually I'm just a person that vibrates high, and, I feel everybody's pain. Like an empath, I could just take on everybody's energy, feel everybody's pain, want to help everybody. But lately it's like I've just been an emotional wreck. And my dreams are becoming more and more overwhelming.
So your dreams are your subconscious trying to give you information that you can use in your waking life. You get frustrated if you don't learn your inner language. In your dreams, you get weirder, stranger. Sometimes they become terrifying in order to make you pay attention and have a memory to try to find out what the dream world is telling you about the physical world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The dream world is aiding you in your path, and your subconscious know the language, but your conscious mind don't know the language. Some of us have our own way of communicating with ourselves that nobody can tell us how to do it. So we have to learn our own language, our own inner language. So this is why when you ever hear me tell somebody they got to write their own codex it's clues to how to interpret what your higher self is saying by knowing what a color mean, an animal mean, and just because it has a general meaning, it might have a more specified meaning to you, right? And the more things you define in your reality, the more control of your reality you have, right? So it goes to, are we on a predestined path or do we got free will? You're on a predestined path until you find your free will. Because when you're not using your will, it's the law of use in the universe. Somebody gonna use it for you, and it might not be to your benefit. It might be to your detriment. This is why we teach the children to be responsible for the self and to know their space, because you can control yourself best by controlling who comes in your space with the wrong energy.
So,
right?
Pretty much taking my power back.
Yeah. Your me time, if you don't have me time, every woman's responsibility herself, especially when she start having a husband and children, is take at least an hour a day to at the end of the day to unwind from the day, or else she's going to get overwhelmed in short order. If you take that me time and daily resets, spiritual baths, you can use it for your listen to your music and dance in the basement, whatever it is that is suitable for you to spend some time loving on yourself. This is going to empower you to be stronger in dealing with others. And they don't want you to know that. That's why I'm telling you. Because I know they don't want you to know.
I've been going to the water every day, last couple of days.
And that's where you can get your spiritual messages the strongest, at the sides of the water. You know, my mama used to tell us we going fishing. She teaches us how to fish. We went fishing damn near every day when we didn't have no money, because that's how we ate. But in retrospect, my mama used to be out there meditating on the water, getting spiritual messages in order to properly guide her children. She learned that from her father. My grandfather was one of the biggest medicine men in the country. People came as far away as Canada and South America to have him mix them healing herbs. That's my mama's daddy. Right? He was a high chief. His territory, they didn't divide his land up now, but we traced it all the way back to his wife. When he passed, got deceived by bankers, and they tricked her out of the land. I think they gave her like $15 for like over 100 and something thousand acres. You know, so she really didn't know what they was doing or what she had or what she was giving up, right? But he was protected before that by his organic status to the land. They couldn't take his land. Now you got Macomb, Mississippi built on his land, Tylertown, Magnolia, Sunflower, all that's on my grandfather's land. Right? On my mama's side. Right?
It's trickling down to you, his knowledge. And
my big mama, her land claim, his land claim is on her land claim. Right? Because she allocates. The women used to allocate who settled what portion of the land, and where cities would be developed, or what we call them villages. Where the villages, that's the closest English word to what we call them. And Natchez, Mississippi, on my grandfather's land too. But my father came from the other side of Mississippi. He come from he come from Canton, and his tribal land is the Canton area. But Jackson was the capital. His land also lay on top. His ancestral homeland lay on top of my big mama's overland. Like, she was like the great landlady of the Louisiana area. And she's related, and her tribe and Chief Warhorse tribe is the same tribe. They from the same area, Louisiana. She was the one who baptized me when I was a baby. Now, my mama the one who took the responsibility to teach me to read the codes. right? And my father, I never knew he was even involved in teaching me codes until he was gone, and I couldn't even say nothing to him about it because I didn't see it like I did with my mama.
Mm-hmm. What was your mom? What's your mom's sign? You talk about her a lot.
My mama,
In a lot of
Aries. My mama was an Aries, and my father was a Leo. That's why they wrote in the book, "The lamb shall lay down with the lion." That's talking about the Leo and the Aries.
I was thinking Aries or Cancer.
Mm-hmm. My mama was an Aries. She was a Spitfire when she was young. She'd tear this motherfucker up. She would knock a grown ass man on his ass.
I bet she was a beautiful woman too.
Yeah, she was drop dead gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
My father said she was more red than the red-haired left-hand monkey.
That actually sounds like something somebody from the South would say.
My mama said about my daddy. She said he got more nerve than a brass-ass monkey. They was flipping me code. In the folder, there is a picture that says, go to the folder. I'm trying to remember what it say.
I got you right here. I'm pulling it up right now. I got every single receipt that you sent me. And I got another video too. That other video, you want to roll that one.